This is video 4 of things you need to be doing in your video content if you freaking want to make sales. So video 1, we talked about the visuals. Video 2, we talked about the audio. Visual 3, we talked about the hooks. Now we're going to talk about the framework. Your video, even if it's not a storytelling video, even if it's like an educational or informational or something like that, still has to be a story. There has to be like a beginning, a middle, and an end. If you're all over the place and confused as hell, so is your audience. It's not always super easy to like film it this way. So either get good at editing or get good at framework. But I'm going to teach you a little bit about the framework that you need to know. And there's a lot of different types, right? There's what do they say? Like 1,000 ways to skin a cat, 100 ways, more than one way, whatever. I don't like cats, but you got to have a framework or you're losing people. They don't see the point of your video. So I teach you a lot about specifically the problem solution answer framework right there in my TikTok Tactics Challenge. And I'll be going over a couple other different frameworks in my From Views to Revenue Masterclass next week. If you haven't already saved your seat on that, you could check out both of those right there in my stand store. But when you're like giving a hook and then you go into a little bit of value or maybe a little bit of storytelling, and then you go back to the problem, and then you go to the all about your program, and then you go to a call, like, you're all over the place. You have to frame your videos as almost like a story. So here's my problem. Here's your ideal client's problem. What is the video about, right? Is it an actual problem that they're having? Ninja tip, it needs to be an actual problem or desire of your ideal client, not your niche. Stop talking to stay-at-home moms about building funnels. But that should be the first part, right? So we got the headline, the hook here on the screen. We hooked them again. We need to move into the solution. Now, I recommend that you have some sort of transition in between those two. So if you're just like, are you tired of living check to check? So you spit the problem out and then you're like, the solution is digital marketing. It doesn't work, right? It doesn't work. So there needs to be a transition into it, like you're telling a story, right? If you started reading a book and it ultimately went to the end, all of a sudden you'd be pissed. People are pissed. So give the hook, right? If you are a stay-at-home mom who is, or here's exactly how, stay-at-home moms can make extra money for groceries and stop living check to check, right? And that was probably redundant because she doesn't have a check, but if she's married, you get what I'm saying. So your hook needs to have a transformation. I explained that in the last video, and it has to be a problem or an actual desire of your ideal client. Then you can have a little bit of an empathy, relate to them, some storytelling in the beginning before you move to the solution. So I could say, I totally get it. I was a stay-at-home mom a year ago. I had absolutely no income. We only lived on my husband's income, and it just wasn't enough. I kept going to the grocery store and I actually did a content audit today where somebody said sticker shocked. I love that. Kept getting sticker shocked, and it was like, what do we do? How do we fix it? Right? So I went from the hook and I kind of related. Then we're going into the solution. How do they fix it? I hate to tell you, but if you just go digital marketing, it's not going to work, right? You got to have some value there. The answer is at the end, all right? There got to be some value. So something along the lines of, I realized we needed more income, but I couldn't go back to work. It didn't make sense because I wouldn't be able to, I'd only be working for daycare, and I started scrolling online looking for ways to make money because I figured if I could work from home, we'd have the best of both worlds. Do you see how I did that, right? I actually talked to her problem, not just spit my product at her. Then go to, and what I found was something called digital marketing. I was clueless. I had no followers. I didn't even know how to make a TikTok. But the best thing about it was I had the desire to learn. We spoke to her desire. I mean, I hope y'all are following this. Please let me know in the comments if y'all aren't following this. But then we got to the solution. Okay, we told her digital marketing is her solution. Then we go into the answer. This is where your call to action starts. Again, there's got to be a transition statement. You can't just say, drop me in the comments if you want the deets. Doesn't work that way. Got to be a transition statement. Okay, so we ended with, I had a desire to learn. So then we move into, if this sounds like something for you, or if this sounds like you currently and you're tired of being sticker shocked and you're ready to learn how to bring in extra income during nap time, comment info and I'll send you a DM to show you exactly how you can make money online afford the groceries for your family, and I'll send it to your DMs or whatever. But there gotta be a transition, my God. That's it for this video. The next video, we're gonna talk about call to actions. Again, you can find all of this so in depth in my TikTok Tactics Challenge, and I'm gonna actually give you a whole freaking strategy in my masterclass. I really hope you're registered.